Today we're adding some parts to the engine bay of my E90 here to spice up the engine bay. We've got a bunch of anodized red aluminum parts. Now guys, all the parts in today's video have been sent out to me from BMW. Now I gotta give a huge thank you to them for sending me out these parts and helping me spice up my engine bay. But not only did they send out those parts, they gave you guys a discount code. So use discount code LUKE11 for 11% off your order when you check out with BMW. Make sure you guys click the link in the description to check them out. Not only do they have the parts that you'll see in today's video, they have quite a few more parts on their website. Definitely a few I want to check out for myself that I might be picking up here in the near future. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump back to the house. We're gonna unbox all the parts and we're gonna get them installed, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to install them for yourselves. So first up, we've got an aluminum oil filter housing and screw on for the N54. Let's rip this guy open. And check out that bad boy. Comes with a replacement gasket right there. Nice interior, all aluminum grade. Now we just need a wrench on top of it here to screw it on and off, rather than the OEM one that is kind of difficult to get on and off. Next up here, we've got our coolant reservoir lid. So let's go ahead, and this one I have actually already opened up. And I have added the interior piece design here. So this black part does not come with the aluminum cap itself. You have to break it off of the one you have in the car and put it in. It just gets pressed in. It is easier with a press. I ended up using a sledgehammer with some towels underneath and on top and just kind of banged it into place like that. Next, to go along with replacement caps, we've got our windshield washer fluid cap. So we'll rip that one open, and you guys can see a nice red cap for our windshield washer fluid. That's gonna go well in the engine bay with all of the other red. Now next up, we've got our AC hose caps here. So we'll rip this one open. And you guys can see these are gonna go over our AC line controls. They're gonna get on there nice and neat. Looks like they have a little adjuster right here, so you'll slide them on, use the provided little Allen tool and tighten it into place. So that's going to add a nice little touch as well. Next, we have some oil thermostat housing plugs in red as well. Comes with the replacement washers there. This is going to go nice with the rest of the red in the engine bay. Go ahead and open those bad boys up. And you can see nice and red aluminized, CNC machined, super nice quality there. And then to go along with the plugs, we have a housing lid cover for the oil thermostat as well. Let's rip this guy open here. You guys can see there, nice CNC red anodized, super nice and high quality. And finally, to add a little bit more red to the interior, we can rip open this guy here. This is an aluminum engine hood release that's going to get screwed on, so we'll pull it to pop our hood. This is a super nice quality piece. Going to replace the plastic one that can break easily if you pull on it too hard. All right, now that we've got them all unboxed, let's go ahead and get them installed on the engine bay. Let's get this engine bay looking nice, and I'll show you guys exactly how to install all of them because they're pretty easy and straightforward. So before we get everything installed, here is a quick before. You can see we have the red air filters there, so I think the rest of the red is going to add a nice touch in the engine bay. So starting off with one of the easier ones is the coolant reservoir cap. We're going to go ahead and twist this one off, and you guys can see that my old one broke quite a bit. There's some pieces missing, so that's why I ended up getting a new middle cover. You can kind of see that this one wiggles. This you just have to pop out. It takes quite a bit of force to get it fully out, so I'm not going to pull that one out for you right now. But you guys can see this one's old and gross. And now we're just going to go ahead and screw on our new one, and once we get it nice and secure, we'll stop right there. So first piece in, and it already is looking 10 times better underneath the engine bay. So staying on this side, we're going to replace our windshield wiper fluid one with the red one. This one pops off. There is a little tab that holds onto it there, so you will have to pull this one out, there is this little tab that's in there. So we'll throw that one off to the side. We'll slap on our new red one there. Make sure it is secure. Feels a hair loose, but I don't think we'll run into any issues since this isn't really pressurized too much and it isn't a big concern. Next up, we've got one of the only two blue things in the engine bay. This is our AC line. So we'll take our smaller of the two. And this one, you're just gonna slide over top. And we're gonna try and hide the little thing in the back somewhat so it's not super visible. Ooh. For that one, we might need a little bit of force. So I'm just gonna take a little rubber mallet here, cover it with a rag just so it doesn't get anything damaged wise, and we're just gonna tap that one in maybe. Well, it doesn't seem to be working, it's more just damaging it, so let's try and line up those holes as best as we can. So inside there are a few holes in there we need to line up. Oh, don't lose it down the engine bay. Okay, I see the issue. The holes do not match. So there's probably a very, very particular way for this to go in, and we need to find it. Well, we can just rest it on there, but that ain't working. So this one's giving us a few issues. But if I jump over to this one, it just slides right on into place. So I'm not too sure about that other one. Maybe we'll reach out to them and see what the issue is. Guys, I'm here in the editing booth and I have an update for you. So that one cap I couldn't get to fit is actually because I have an aftermarket cap on that AC line. And I reached out to the company and they brought that to my attention. So I tried it on a local E92 of one of my buddies and it fit on his just fine. So in the meantime, while I try to track down an AC line cap, I'm just gonna leave it off for now, but I definitely wanna get that added very soon. So next up, we're gonna take off the oil filter housing cap here. See, this one you need like a little oil filter tool to get off. Makes it a little bit more of a pain in the butt to get off and on. But that should be loose enough now to where we can use our hand to get it off. I could hear the oil in there, so we're gonna be really, really, really careful as to not get oil everywhere. Let it drain out for a minute. All right, now we need to swap out the innards of the old oil filter housing into the new one. So we'll start with our nice little oil filter there. We're gonna just set it off to the side, and this part should pop out pretty easily. There we go. And then we just need to get it inside of our new one here. There are some tabs in there that you'll have to line up. I don't know if you guys can see in there. Once you get them lined up, it snaps right into place. Then we will throw in our filter. I'm just gonna make sure, yep. Throw in our filter, and now this guy can go into the car. So we'll bring it over, slide it into place. We're gonna screw this bad boy on. Get it nice and snug. We're gonna go grab the correct wrench size here to get that all the way tightened down. And it is a 21, so we're gonna just gently tighten this on. Right there, hand, snug. Try not to damage the red. And we didn't really, so that's a good sign. Clean that bad boy off. And check that out, guys. There we go. We've got the red oil filter housing. Not only is the aluminum going to be better quality, it's not going to be plastic, but it's also going to be easier to get off and on. Just need a 21mm wrench or socket, whatever you guys use to get that off. So staying on the oil filter housing, we're going to do the two plugs here. So this is a Husky HW10 socket. Fits in there nicely to go ahead and loosen this guy. Oh, it's on there pretty good. And we've got that one broken loose. Go ahead and break loose the other one. Dang, that one's on there pretty good. There we go, got that one off as well. So let's go ahead and spin these guys out. Gonna be a little oily, not too much oil in there, thankfully. And you can see that there is that clamping washer in there. We're going to go ahead and replace those as well. So taking our new ones here, adding the new washers on there, we're going to just put them into place. There's one. There is two. I'm going to make sure that they are seated correctly. Those, and they are. So we'll tighten these guys down to hand tight, like so. And those guys aren't going anywhere, and add a nice little touch to the oil filter housing. Now using a T30, we can remove the two bolts here that are on the oil thermostat block off plate thing, whatever it's called, I forget the name. You know what? We might have to remove one other part. And I think we're gonna have to. I think we need to remove this guy to get this one off. That is what it is looking like. All right, so to finish up this one, we're gonna try and get the engine cover off and see if that helps us. And to be quite frank with you, I'm just gonna try and wiggle this thing out of the way. And there, now we've got that guy out of the way, no issues. All right, so there is a little gasket built in right here. I'm gonna just clean it up, make sure that the gasket's still good to go. And it doesn't look like I have any cracks. There was a slight oil buildup on the bottom of the old one, so maybe there's a little bit of a leak. We're gonna go ahead and just throw this one on. Using our factory bolts here, kind of wish they gave us some new ones that were like different colored, maybe red or something along those lines to kind of match. But we'll go ahead and throw this guy on. I don't believe it is directional, so we can just throw it on however it fits. Ow, that was my fingers, but hey, I digress. And this one you kind of got to push into place, so it makes it a little difficult. I'm going to try and get both these bolts in my hand really quick. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera view with the... Okay, just get threaded, please, so that it doesn't jump out of place. Okay, perfect. We got that threaded. Now, we're just going to put that back into place, like so, and tighten this bad boy down some more. I definitely would do each bolt simultaneously and not one at a time. You may run into issues if you don't. That one definitely took the most amount of work since we kind of had to get this out of the way, but overall I think it was kind of worth it because it looks pretty good. Alright guys, that wraps up the engine bay portion. We still got to do the engine hood release, but overall I think that looks pretty dang good. What do you guys think? Alright guys, don't mind the messy car, but this hood release is super easy to remove. Just need a Phillips screwdriver. There's one bolt right here. Go ahead and start unscrewing it. Super easy. Now you guys can see there is a little bit of a mechanism on the inside there. Just want to make sure that it lines up correctly. Yep, goes just like that. Feels a little loose. I think once we put the screw in there, it'll feel better. Then we'll line that guy up. And screw it on into place. Alright. Now we got a working release right there. Old one's out, the old plastic one that breaks pretty easily if you pull on it too hard. We got an aluminum one. Honestly feels great. Now again, I gotta give a huge shout out to BMW for sponsoring today's video, sending me out these parts to make my engine bay look sick, but also for hooking you guys up with that discount code. So make sure you guys check out the link in the description. Use code Luke11 at checkout to save yourself 11% off. But I think that is going to wrap up today's video. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything on the website that you guys like, and let me know what you guys want to see done on the E90 here. I'm definitely reading the comments to see what you guys want to see done. And if you're new here and you're enjoying the content, Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future uploads, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.